morning, everybody. Today, I wanted to talk a little bit about how to navigate bedtime when you have more than one child and only one adult present to do bedtime. This is something that I struggled with myself for a period of time. I have 3 children, and there was a time when my husband was working late nights and weekends, and I was the only one home to do bedtime. And honestly, it felt overwhelming to try to figure out how to do bedtime for 3 kids all at once by myself. So if this is you, what I would say to you first is take a deep breath and take care of yourself first. If you are feeling stressed and flustered going into bedtime, it's just going to make things harder. So take a breath. Secondly, I think you have to kind of prioritize bedtime. So think about who needs to get to bed first, and then who can go second and third, so on. Next, I think it's important to kind of figure out the pieces of bedtime that you can do all together. So if, depending on your kids' ages, if you have a baby and a toddler, a preschooler, maybe you can read stories all together while you nurse the baby, or while you give the baby a bottle. And then you can kind of transition to other pieces. If you have a child who's more independent and who's able to stay up a little bit later and that works for their schedule, maybe put the other kids to bed first and you give that child a job to do, like coloring a picture at the kitchen table or doing some Play-Doh, some quiet activity that they can do for a little bit. Sometimes screen time is what works to keep kids occupied while you're doing other bedtimes, and that is okay. We need to give ourselves some grace to be able to figure out a way that works for us to be able to manage it with as little stress as possible. So, it can be a challenge for sure. It is only for a time. I know when you're in the middle of it, it feels like it's forever, but I promise it doesn't last forever and it will get easier. And the more you practice it and the more you work out the kinks and the more consistent of a routine you have, the easier it will be. And if you're struggling, please reach out. I would love to help you kind of fine tune your process and get you to a place that feels good and sustainable. So I hope that helps, and have a great day.